All right, here we are. I guess we back, man. It's the JMatt show. It's been a while. I checked on it. Last show we did was May 28th. And ironically enough, during that show was entirely about George Floyd, dealing with the tragic death of George Floyd, breaking down the video, how we felt. It was pretty charged up, that show. And I was thinking about it because the show before that, we were talking about Ahmaud Arbery. And now we got Rayshard Brooks. I'm right now, condolences, prayers to the Brooks family, his loved ones, friends. I definitely feel for his wife. I think that was his wife. Man, I want to give condolences in advance because it's going to happen again. So RIP to the next victim. Condolences to the next family in advance because that's the way it go, man. This is America. Welcome back to the JMatt show again. Everybody that's been rocking with me for a minute, salute to y'all. Everybody that's new to the channel, new to the podcast, let me know if y'all rocking with it by hitting that subscribe. If not, see you when I see you. Man, so much shit to get to. I'm going to start running this down from the top. Let's just start with Rayshard Brooks. I want to get this out the way because I got some heavy shit I want to get to today. I feel like I've been neglecting my podcast with the real shit. And every time I'm solo dolo, I end up getting heavy. And if y'all been listening to me for a while, some of y'all have grown to like the deep introspective mind of JMatt when he gets solo. So this shouldn't be any different, and I hope not to disappoint. But let's get right back into this, man. I don't really want to give too much commentary on all this shit that's going on because I believe it's some weird shit happening. Black Lives Matter movement popping up every election year. The Black Lives Matter movement typically starts around a unified idea, then it branches off into some all lives matter, black, all LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter. I'm seeing all type of rainbow murals painted all over the place. It's way more Caucasians than blacks. So I'm not really even sure that movement is our movement no more. I'm not really sure what that is. It's people, black men and women, I'm assuming both, just appearing hanging from trees all of a sudden. Listen, it's some funny business going on. Everybody need to wake up, open their eyes, and assess the situation for yourself as to what you think is going on. The George Floyd tape, if you run it back after you get all your emotions out, if you run it back and look at it, it's some funny shit going on in that video. Like, wait a minute. It's like when you watch a movie for the second or third time and you didn't really notice some things. It's some strange shit that needs to be addressed. Like them paramedics that hopped out the ambulance, and them niggas didn't really look like no paramedics. They look like they had bulletproof vests on. Some funny business going on. Then you got Rayshard Brooks. Like, you just like, with all this going on, you gonna pop him in the back with all them people watching in the drive-thru, and then allegedly, you gonna kick the man while he's down. And we need to do everybody's talking about reform. One thing we need to reform is the procedure after you use deadly force. After you use deadly force, the procedure is crazy where they put you in handcuffs. They really don't give you any type of aid. You judge, jury, and executioner right there on the spot when you decide to use deadly force. You cuffing them, they bleeding out. There's no assistance. Allegedly, one cop stands on his shoulders, talking about I got him. Same thing they did with Arbery, about Arbery, talking about I got that nigga or fuck that nigga, man. It's all type of shit coming out. It's exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, it's exhausting. Y'all keep your head on the swivel, pay attention, and again, assess the situation the way that you feel you need to manage going through and dealing with life in America right now, because shit is crazy. Not only that, that movement, which is, I don't really know what it's morphed into out in Seattle. I don't know if y'all checked it out, but they got a whole autonomous, what they call it? It's like a free zone out there where they call it Chaz. Let me get these facts up. It was either called Chaz or Chop. Bear with me just a second, because I had an article right here. How Chaz became Chop. Seattle's police free zone explained. I guess this is an article from Seattle. So let me just get this fact correct here. So CHOP stands for Capitol Hill Occupied Protest Zone, or Capitol Hill Occupied Protest. That don't sound nothing like a Black Lives Matter movement or nothing from what we was trying to get established. I don't know what they doing out there, man. But go check it out, man. Apparently they done barricaded off a whole city block, which includes a police station. And they just out there living like lawless or the Wild Wild West style. I don't know what they doing. But I know they got a lot of homeless people out there, and they talking about the Rona. Is they testing out there? Because that seems nasty, honestly. Like I could just picture a lot of homeless people in tents and just seem like they trying to recreate fucking Woodstock or something, man. It's not. That's going. They should just name it Coronaville. Shit. I just got back from Miami. Go check out that vlog. We had a good ass time. As soon as I get back, they talking about spike in corona cases in Miami Beach. Like, I'm wondering who the hell is going from the beach like to go get checked out at the doctor. Everybody seemed fine. I mean, I didn't run into one person that was coughing, sneezing. I guess everybody in Miami Beach is like asymptomatic. I guess I'm one of them. So there we have that. Got black people dying by the hands of police as normal. We got Black Lives Matter movement and our whole movement being hijacked from outsiders that we can't even verify. I don't know if these people is Americans coming from outside the country. We don't know if they got political ties to other parties. We don't know if they playing both sides of the fence. We don't know what's going on, but it's some funny business going on. And I'm not really into politics, but let me just say this. I pay attention to a lot of shit. And I noticed that a lot of my black people don't pay attention to a whole lot outside of entertainment. I don't judge. I just pay attention and I watch. One thing that I paid attention and watched, and I might have mentioned a few times on this podcast, I definitely mentioned to my wife and people that's close to me, is how long the news and media was talking about Russia after Trump got elected. I forgot that he was in office for 3 years because they were still talking about the election like it was just yesterday, and collusion and all this and that and tampering and all this shit. And I'm like, damn, how you still talking about Russian collusion 3 years into the man's term? He about to get out of here. You still talking about Russia? For all you guys who don't pay attention to anything outside of whatever your emotion calls you to take heed to, it has been proven in court. Maybe not court. Was it a court? Yeah. They had a proceeding. One of them Capitol Hill judicial proceedings. And it was proven that the whole, what is it called, Mueller report into the election and collusion with Russia and Trump was false. It was literally a hoax. There was no such thing as collusion. All this shit about Russian people doing the taking over social media. Maybe some of that stuff was true, but that investigation proved to be false. Interesting. That investigation was started by the Obama campaign. Remember, Obama was real mad about the whole birther movement that Trump got started. And I think there was an investigation into that. They got investigations for everything. But don't y'all find it funny that when it's all said and done with these investigations, nobody gets arrested? What are y'all investigating shit for if y'all ain't gonna put charges on nobody? And y'all talking about all this stuff is during election time. It's propaganda that y'all are falsely putting out there to American people so that you could sway a vote one way or the other. And you investigate it, you look into it, you find out, oh yeah, that was some bullshit that they did. That wasn't even 100. Oh yeah, that movement that he did, that was kind of to get back at the shit that he did. Yeah, that turned out to be completely false. Nothing really happened. So y'all playing political games, fucking with the minds of the American people, investigations, spending millions of dollars, and ultimately nobody gets charged for a crime. What are we doing in America? What are these processes about? What are they for? Or are we just a bunch of pawns in a game? Nobody gets charged for anything. It's crazy. Hillary Clinton out here deleting emails, WikiLeaks. She allegedly molesting kids and sacrificing kids in her backyard, confirmed in emails. Obama spending $65,000 for hot dogs and pizza, code word for pedophile shit in emails. No charges for anyone. I don't really know I don't really understand what's real and what ain't no more. Like life is really is starting to become something similar to like an illusion. You know, I'll be listening to Joe Rogan sometimes. Like, man, maybe we're living in a simulation. Maybe we are, man. Maybe we are, because nothing makes any sense. And I rack my brain and I go crazy sometimes trying to make sense of shit that I can't make sense of. Like I used to think I had a real good grasp on life and you know what was going on. But as of late, I think I've been losing my mind. Honestly, just keep it real with y'all. And before I get off this Russia point and go to really the heart of what I want to talk to y'all about is just like some common sense shit. I always like to break shit down to the lowest common denominator, right? If you will, just to simplify things so that you could just see things for what it is sometimes. Sometimes shit is really not that complicated. And I was like, you know what? With all that Russia talk, and by the way, United States is back in space now, and a lot of people feel a certain way about space and whether it's real. That I remember the flat earth movement. I was all over that shit, man. I was into it, really into it. And now we got people like Elon Musk, genius. He could be an alien himself. These niggas is just not, he's just not a normal person. Designing spaceships and rockets for the United States. He's a private company himself, partnering with a government company. So this thing has more knowledge than the government company does. Think about that. And it's because of him that America, United States, is about to really go to the next frontier. All this shit that we be seeing, the Independence Day, the movies, Star Trek, all this shit, is happening. The Space Force, I'm telling y'all, it's going to happen. They're going to put a base on the moon if it ain't already there. They already got the works to put the freaking a space station in orbit around the moon. I mean, what the hell? This nigga said his whole goal of SpaceX is to colonize Mars. That is the ultimate goal. So everything he's doing now is to get to Mars and create a colony. This man wants to die on Mars. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But I was thinking about how weird it is that for over a decade, the United States has not had the capability of going out of space. We've been catching rides with Russia to get out there. And I'm just thinking like, man, on a common sense level, like, if Russia and United States hate each other and Russia and United States they're really just beefing like that, why the hell Russia giving us rides to space? Like, that don't even make no sense. I don't really fuck with y'all like that, but can y'all, we need a lift to the moon. Like, can we hop aboard? Y'all got some space for a nigga? No, I don't like you. I'm not letting nobody get a ride in my car if I don't fuck with them. If we mortal enemies and I'm trying to take over your whole block where you open, you know what I'm saying? You can't come in my car if you need a ride to work. You talking about no. I'm supposed to be shooting at you right now. You can't have a ride. So anyway, I thought on a common sense level, it can't be no real beef if we ride into space. Well, whatever. As y'all can see, man, I'm all over the place, but I guess it's time to come clean. Your boy been going through a whole lot of shit, just on some mental shit. Before, and I should be cool during this podcast right now because I think I shed a couple of tears before I started, so I should get through this without the Michael Jordan face. So this time of year is kind of crazy because it's Father's Day coming up. I really ain't been thinking about it too much or trying to take my mind off of it. But this time of year is when I started to notice just some different things going on in my fam. And, without giving too much detail, because it really ain't nobody business and I don't really feel like going into it like that. I know I will eventually because it's part of my story, but it's just too soon for me. But it's extremely emotional, time, just to say the least. So, damn, I don't even know how to say it. Before I even sat down here, I promised my wife yesterday that I would call a grief counselor. I never did it. Never did it before. And I'm struggling with the whole idea of calling a stranger to talk about something that's so personal to me. I feel like the only people I should even attempt to have a conversation with is someone who actually knew my parents or knew my family or what we about, how we move. Because I just don't feel like explaining that to somebody who don't know me and more than likely don't really care. You just doing the job. I just find it to be strange. So for people who really know me, this is really the best type of therapy for me, is just to talk it out. And I was outside and I told my daughter, I'm about to go outside and make a call. And I had the number queued up in my phone. I typed it in and I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't press the send to dial it. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, man. I just broke down. I just can't do it. I think eventually I may do it. I'm not sure what it's going to take for me to do that. But it's just something about talking to a stranger and having a stranger ask me questions and then me having to answer those questions. I guess it's just too much. So, yeah. Your boy been going through it. And it's kind of hard to explain because, let me just say this. Just to be honest. I don't like it when people try to compare their situation. That don't really help me at all. If that's why I really don't say anything. Because then if I say something about how I'm feeling, somebody will be like, yeah, I'm kind of feel sorry about when I lost my grandmother. I'm still sad about, my dad died 5 years ago. And it's just, I don't be wanting to hear that. I get it. I feel bad for everybody that's going through something. But I don't want to hear no comparisons. And I'm not even saying there is no, nothing compares. I guess I'm not saying that. Maybe I am. But maybe if somebody does have a similar situation that they've managed to deal with, I'd probably welcome that conversation a little bit more than somebody saying, oh yeah, I'm still sad about my mom who died of cancer. That's awful too. Or, you know, I'm still sad about, I don't know. It's just a super tragic type of situation. And it's just like pain that I've never felt before. Can't even really describe it. It's like that stuff where you can't really, it's like you don't have no control. But you try to have points where you can control. So for me, it's a daily thing. So my first conscious thought when I wake up is literally about my parents. So I'll probably shed a couple tears even before I get out the bed. Like when I first open my eyes, uncontrollably. Like I'm not doing it on purpose. It's almost like every day I wake up and I open my eyes, like coming to grips with the reality. So it's like I'm waking up to reality, and it's like, damn, this is reality. And not, I can understand how people feel where they would rather escape reality because what they're dealing with mentally is so painful and can be unbearable at times. So you just would rather do what you need to do to escape reality. Like self-medicating. I ain't gonna lie, I self-medicate a lot. I've been drinking way more than I usually do. Nothing out of control, of course. But it's since we've been on lockdown. Oh, I keep a good IPA in the fridge. Keep a good IPA in the fridge. But yeah, I just noticed myself indulging a little bit more than I used to. Again, trying to find those happy moments. And I was trying to explain to my wife too, and it's just hard to explain. So this is really why I just don't say shit. And I don't even know if I'm gonna say anything else after this. For a while. It's just a lot going on when you add trying to deal with the pain, literally that's every day. Shedding tears every day. Trying to make yourself be happy every day. Then you got coronavirus, whatever, all the shit surrounding that. You got police brutality, social media. All I see is just horrible shit. My own personal family ain't really what it used to be since my parents been gone. So dealing with that stress, shit, it's a whole lot of shit. So yeah, so it's a lot. Also, I'm gonna get off that because I've been talking about that a while. But I'm gonna be doing a little bit more solo podcasts. I'm not even gonna say a little bit. I'm gonna be doing a lot more solo podcasts. Reason being, I don't have a co-host no more. B Hill, his first responsibility is his family business. You know what I'm saying? He got the restaurant. That's where his primary interest is. I'm not really sure what happened to Wayne. Y'all gonna have to ask Wayne yourselves. But I've seen this. I mean, I've been down this road so many times. It's like, it's just a message. You know what I'm saying? I learned from life lessons, and it only makes me better. And shit, I'm sitting here at 70 shows in, pretty much a one-man production, getting better and better as I go. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to reinvent the JMatt show, reinvent the podcast, give y'all something new. But I'm never going to stop doing what I do. Like, I just can't. This is my therapy. This is my art form. This is how I release. This is how I create. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. But yeah, man, I definitely missed the prophet, man. Definitely missed Daoud. That was the homie. I'll still be talking to him too. All right, man, that's enough. I'm about to get out of here. JMatt Show. See y'all next time.